Hey, what's up, you guys? This is AJ coming to you once again from the Thwip side, and today I want to take a look at the Gargoyles Goliath Ultimate Action Figure from Neca Toys. Quickly before we get started, pretty excited to have this figure. I never really have picked up any NECA figures, so this is kind of like my first one. I did have the Assassin's Creed Ezio, which is pretty much like a statue, and I had Morrigan from the I still have these figures. Morgan from the Dragon Age video game, never opened her. I was kind of disappointed. I was hoping the line would get bigger. There was only a few characters, so I never opened her. But yeah, pretty excited for this one. So first off, we'll check out the packaging, and then we'll look at Goliath himself. Starting off, I think the packaging is really cool. Like I just said, I never really had NECA figures, and the ones I did have were in the blister and the card, pretty much like that deal, and not a box like this. I think this is really cool. I've seen NECA, of course, on the shelves, and I've always thought their packaging was awesome. I'm an out-of-box collector, so it's a shame in a way because I probably will never use this, but I like how you have the graphic of Goliath here. It's hard to fit on screen. And then picture of the figure on one side, and then more pictures, a little bio, another picture. And I love how this part of these NECA figures, how it opens up and you get nice graphic, and the figure and everything it comes with looks just a really, NECA has a really nice presentation for, especially for inbox collectors. It's almost making me not want to open it, but I'm going to, because I am an out of box collector. And here is the mumbo jumbo. So I'll get him open and we'll take a look at him. So I'm going to start off as usual, checking out his accessories, and I'll start with the basic pieces. They're kind of accessories, I guess, but not really. But the wings, I mean, some assembly required, which is fine. I mean, that's a big wingspan to be trying to package up. But yeah, they look really cool. I like the shading and the paint apps on the wings. And of course, left and right. And then you get his tail, which we'll have to attach. I'll attach everything at the end, but what I'm really loving is that it's bendy. There's bendy wire in it, so that is really awesome. Besides the pieces to build him, you get an alternate head, his menacing head, which I think is really cool. Really like that head. And you get a book, so you know in his downtime before it gets daylight he can read. And then I think this is, I don't know, a jalapeno or something. I don't know the significance of this. It's been a little while since I've watched the show. I did start rewatching it a little bit on Disney Plus, the first few episodes, watching it again, but I haven't done so in a while. I'll have to start rewatching again as I'm getting excited for this line and see if there is a significance to that. And then you have an alternate hand, I think, to hold the book. It's a nice color on that. Overall, this figure is really well done. And then you get fists. And that covers the accessories. Taking a look at Goliath himself. Like I said, really well done. You get, in package, he comes with the stoic head. And I like, in the package, I thought this was actually cloth. They did a real good job. And it's got nice texture, nice gold buckle. And basically, besides that, he's naked. His purple body. But the use of the paint apps are nice. There's shading and highlights throughout the body, which it really brings out the detail of the sculpt. And I think it is really fantastic. The paint apps on this guy. Yeah, but really awesome looking figure. Over articulation, which I think is really great articulation, especially out of package. The head, just the way the hair is. Oh, and I forgot to mention too the nice shading in the hair, the blue wash. But just the way the hair and the head is, I was like, that's not going to move much. But it has a lot of movement, surprisingly. You can get side to side, really nice. It's got some great tilt, but what impressed me, it does, you can feel a shift. It can look up a decent amount, seeing how the neck juts like that in the hair. I mean, I'm surprised they got that out of it. So that was really a nice surprise. And also a huge surprise. Look how far forward that goes. That's really cool. And you gotta like shift when you, there we go, to get it back in forward regular position. And then he's got, his arms will go all the way around. He's got, it'll go up that far. And then look at the cut on that. That's so nice. That's so cool. There's such a huge cut in that for a lot of movement. Bicep swivel. Nice double jointed elbows. They do get a little stuck. I heard things about Neca, how you should heat them up if they're super stuck. But yeah, some nice range of movement on there. And then of course his wrist turn, and they hinge side to side. The waist, you get a little pivot, and you get a little crunch, not much, and also a little forward. Decent range there. Could be a little better, but I like how it doesn't break the sculpt. His legs go out super far, which is awesome. And they'll kick back. Oh, and you see a piece of plastic. Oh, it's scraping or something. Kicks forward. Hopefully it's not chewing it up. I don't think so. I think it's just because it's new. And then single jointed knee that kicks, bends back that far. You've got rotation. And you've got great ankle articulation all the way back. Some forward, not too much, but that's all right. And you got the toe articulation and some nice pivot and swivel. So yeah, really impressive articulation on this guy. I almost forgot, bonus articulation. I did mention the bendy wire, so when you plug it in, the tail is actually on a hinge. So you can get all sorts of movement out of the tail. It rotates. Oh, I just unplugged it. But, and plus, of course, whatever you choose. I mean, it's a really stiff bend, but at least you get something. I bet it'll loosen up. But you can push it up. And I will go over the wings next real quick. Okay, so wing articulation. You can get it. You can move. I'm sorry. You can get it up and down, and they are on a hinge, so you can get, and hear that click. They're very strong detents, so that's good to hold the wings. So there's the wing articulation. You can pose them down farther. I will say this thing is going to take up a lot of shelf space, but they just revealed with the upcoming Bronx figure, because he's kind of he's a smaller figure, their dog, I guess, they are going to include folded up wings for Goliath, which I think is awesome. It's better than re-releasing Goliath with folded wings and having to have to buy the same figure again. So even though this looks cool, when those wings come, just for the sake of shelf space, I may switch to that, or mix and match. I mean, switch with the stoic look with the wings folded would look cool with the book, or have them like this. Got to know that he has really nice swivel at the hip. Bottom line for me is that I absolutely love this figure, and I'm so happy to have picked him up. I mean, I can't say enough about it. This the paint apps, the sculpt, it's just a really nice looking figure. The extra accessories are really awesome. The only con I would say, and it's not, well, not really a con, but the wings take up a lot of shelf space, but that's going to be corrected if you don't have the room, like I said with the Bronx figure. But yeah, really awesome figure. The articulation is really good. I wish it could crunch and arc back a little bit more, but that is a small, tiny gripe to how awesome this figure looks in hand and on the shelf. And if you're thinking about picking him up, I would definitely do so. I cannot wait. I know today they just announced Hudson. We got Bronx, and oh my god, I can't remember the female Gargoyle's name, but she was announced too. And when they first revealed Goliath, I was like, I really need to get this figure. And I had him on pre-order, and he was taking forever. And so, for some weird reason or another, I canceled the pre-order. And then I walked into my Target the other day, and there he was, and I was like, I'm getting it. Definitely getting him. I was looking in, the flap, open the flap to check him out. I was like, I need this figure. And so I was lucky. I think I canceled the pre-order, like I said, because it was taking forever. But yeah, super happy to have him. Instantly one of my favorite figures that I've picked up this year. And I cannot wait for the other characters, because I will definitely be picking them all up as well and making a Gargoyles display in my collection. So with that being said, feel free to drop me a comment. Tell me what you think. If you have the figure, are you as happy to have them as I am, or just in general overall what you think. And while you're at it, please consider tapping that like button, whipping that notification bell, and consider subscribing. And I will catch you guys all right back here on the Thwip side. Later.